You know there's zombies on the prowl, 'cause it's terror time again. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chow. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I was literally right here. I wasn't doing anything. I had a few minutes. I was like, let me scroll through the TikTok, and then I scrolled through the TikTok, and suddenly it's 8:02, and it's just that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anywho, let's get to it, shall we? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DMC, daCAT, SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Dashi is downstairs, and the reason why I've been up here the last couple of days is because this little guy, my little pupper, he does not like it when I am away from him. It's like that what's that meme from Black Panther? It's like, I'm not ready to be without you. He doesn't like to be without me. So here I am. I hear him howling when I leave. Anyway, um, there's a lot to go over today, and I guess comic legend Alex Ross. Okay, so we're gonna. I don't know if this is something that I can even show, but I'm gonna show it because uh, David just. This is from VeVe official, and the music is so good. I also probably should not have shown that. Um, because it is art, so I guess that works, and it's going to be on VeVe. Um, just the music and man, all right. Let me show you a picture that I have of this. Because again, obviously, I can't I can't show the actual photo. Here it is. So it's from Dynamite. It's weird. This is Alex Ross and Dynamite Comics. Original cover artwork, Vampirella #1 by Alex Ross. This was done in 2010. Now, Alex Ross, Ralphie, oh my goodness, there's nobody there, Ralphie. Sorry. Alex Ross is probably one of the most legendary comic book artists ever. Probably the most legendary comic book artist ever. There might be a couple people like, well, actually, this guy, and fair point, but he's just like the GOAT. A couple 100,000 followers over on X. Weird that we're getting this. So, I don't know. Weird that we're getting this because he doesn't like NFTs. He like VeVe Meister. I'll go over to VeVe Meister's page and actually I just go to VeVe's page. Oh shoot, I can't do that yet. Long story short, VeVe Meister tagged him in something. Or he didn't even tag him in anything. Alex Ross posted, this is like a year ago, 2 years ago. I actually got one of his things in San Diego Comic-Con 23, maybe? San Diego Comic-Con 23 or 22, whichever the ones that one of like 300s. I got the number 41 in case he ever came on here, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I think Ernie has one too. I think a buddy of mine has one. So he posted something on X, and VeVe Meister said like, "Hey, this is really cool. Would we ever see like an NFT version of this, over on VeVe?" And Alex Ross blocked him, or whoever runs the account blocked him. Dan Chaubel had actually interviewed him once, I think eons ago, and yeah, he doesn't like NFTs. So I'm really curious how they got him to agree to like obviously. So obviously the NFTs have evolved, and even people's understanding of NFTs have evolved. I remember 2021 maybe. Remember when CNN rugged? Remember when CNN had an NFT project and they rugged it? Pepper Charm remembers. Anyway, before CNN came out with their own NFT project, they had some show. I'm not 100% sure what the show was about. It was this guy and this woman. They were traveling. I guess they like travel and they reviewed places. I don't know why it was a CNN thing, but anyway, in a clip of them, somebody's just like, they were talking about something and like, oh yeah, like it's NFTs by the way. And the guy's like, oh, if you couldn't tell it wasn't already a scam, they have NFTs. So that clip was played hilariously, I think everywhere for a while, just with certain people's, I don't want to say stupidity, is their uninformed opinion, and we laughed at it. Probably would have been better for us to educate instead of laugh. But anyway, yeah, you had a lot of people like, oh, NFTs are a scam. Or you had that for years, and then everyone started using them, and people were like, oh, okay, I guess it's like any old thing. It's those. It's like, oh yeah, it's these guns that are killing people, and it's like, okay, well, there are what, like, billions of guns in the U.S., and most people don't kill anyone. So I think it's what people are kind of coming around to the idea that, okay, just because it's an NFT doesn't mean it's bad. So maybe over the course of the last couple of years, I think especially since Marvel does this, and we'll get to their new venture in a second. Marvel being such a good relationship with VeVe, maybe Alex Ross is like, okay, I see now that the circumstances of NFTs are, you could have an NFT and be a great company, you could have an NFT and scam people, and I think he's just come around to that, maybe. Speaking of, so anyway, before I get to the Marvel thing, this is a one of one. The one of ones that they've had have been pretty sporadic. You've had some go for 5 figures. You've had some go for low 4 figures. I think Dr. Profit has the highest value one of one. It was whoever bought the one of one got to have dinner with David and Dan in 2023 New York Comic Con, and I think the sale price like 30,000. It's like, oh my god, so much. So me, Foster, and because he got to bring 3 people, so it was me, Foster, and Greg Schultz, Biden's campaign manager, went to the dinner, and you could tell how that, that was a good choice. That was a very good choice of who to bring to dinner. Shout out Dr. Profit for that. Anyway, I don't think we've seen a 5-figure one of one in quite a while. There's some that have gone for 7,000-8,000, but a 5-figure one, I don't think we've seen in a bit. This one will probably it's Alex Ross. First appearance, Alex Ross. It might be the only Alex Ross NFT. I hope it's not. I hope he has like dozens planned with VeVe. But this is really big. I would be surprised if it only goes for like 7 or 8. I expect it to go for 5 figures. I'll put that ceremonious 1,500. I'll be the first bid, 1,500, knowing I won't get it. I could probably bid 4K out the gate, and definitely. Oh no. Okay, sorry. There's a Summoning Salt is like the greatest YouTuber like ever, especially for speed runs for games and all that. And he just posted a video, and I will watch that later. But this is going to be like probably a 2-hour show plus, because getting over the Alex Ross NFT, Marvel DC stuff. Marvel and DC are doing something different. There are so many people. I don't know how much of it is them being scared versus how much of it is them just purposely trying to get a reaction or try to go and get views and clicks. Like, yo, guys, Marvel's not going to be with VeVe anymore. They're going on this new thing called Neon Ichiban. And it's like, that is 100% false. Well, they're not leaving VeVe. There is this new thing, and I'll read 2 articles here. One's from CBR saying Marvel, DC, and more commit to Neon Ichiban, a brand new comics and manga digital platform. Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, and other comic book and manga publishers are coming together for a new digital platform. Announced via a press release from Distillery, a whole host of industry's top publishers are prepared to lend their expansive catalog to their newest platform, Neon Ichiban. The new platform will serve as a one-stop shop for comic book and manga fans around the globe, and it's set to be home to a whole new host of features that digital comics and manga readers have never seen before. What are they? One of the biggest features that Neon Ichiban offers is digital signatures and remarks. Doesn't VeVe have digital signatures? I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here. Which can be collected, traded, bought and sold by readers and collectors on the platform's in-house secondary marketplace, all while maintaining their original digital provenance. Through the official Neon Ichiban pre-launch sign-up link, fans can get in line for free digital collectible when the platform launches, supposedly next month. Neon Ichiban will also offer same day as print digital release for a whole host of titles across a wide variety of publishers, which will only serve to further expand the massive backlist of the platform is slated to already host on launch day. Participating publishers include Dark Horse Comics, DC, Distillery, Kodansha, Marvel Comics, Oni Press, and Vault Comics. Co-founder and CEO of Neon Ichiban, Dave Steinberger, said of the platform, Neon Ichiban is more than a store. It's a platform devoted to bringing reading collectability to a united global audience for comics and manga. This is the next evolution of digital comics. We're empowering fans with access, control, and engagement, and providing creators with tools to directly connect their audience like never before. Steinberger has previously discussed the sale of Comixology app to Kindle, which Steinberger oversaw during his time with the company. We're reimagining what's possible when you combine cutting-edge technology with a deep respect for comics, manga, and their creators, said co-founder Neon Ichiban, Chief Creative Officer Chip Monster. Neon Ichiban bridges digital convenience and collectability, giving fans true ownership while supporting creators. True ownership. Interesting. This isn't just a revolution for comics, it's setting a new standard for digital content across all media. Currently, fans can find more. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that didn't really give too much, but there is another article from, I think, the New York Times. Yes, it is. For decades, comic book fans have only one option for getting digital editions of Spider-Man, Batman, Transformers, or other colorful characters the same day they hit shelves. Okay, already they did not fact check this at all, because clearly it's on VeVe, but I would say, yeah, the person that wrote this definitely did not do their due diligence. Let's keep on going. That platform, oh God, this is rough here. That platform, Comixology, was acquired by Amazon in 2014 and eventually absorbed into its Kindle service. The takeover left some fans grumbling that the comics shouldn't get the same treatment as ebooks. Now, two industry veterans, David Steinberger and Chip Mosher, are betting that they can beat Amazon at e-commerce, fucking luck, by catering more intentionally to die-hard comic book fans. Next month, they plan to launch Neon Ichiban, a site they intend to be a dedicated experience for comics. That is according to Mr. Steinberger, after raising more than $7 million from investors in the game and movie industry. If they raise $7 million pre-revenue, okay. I'm very curious to see how much money they make or how much money they're grossing, and then we'll see. I say understanding how comic book fans and people who should be fans want to shop and think about browse don't exist anymore. Understanding how comic book fans and people who should be fans want to shop and think about and browse doesn't exist anymore, he said. Comixology app, where you can have all your comics in one place, does not exist anymore. It's all just a part of Kindle. Okay. It's a head-turning statement from Mr. Steinberger, who also founded Comixology and approved its sale to Amazon. Mr. Mosher was the head of content at Comixology. At the time, it seemed like the right decision, Mr. Steinberger said. Our mission was to make everyone on the planet a comic fan, and Amazon clearly had the resources and the population connected to Kindle that we thought would carry the mission. He added, with what I knew then, it was absolutely the right call. Well, what happened? What happened after that was over the next 2 decades, Amazon has transformed itself into an online retail behemoth, sweeping up smaller companies through acquisitions, attracting sellers to its vast marketplace. A growing number of businesses have sought to carve out their own online retail niche outside the giant, much as Etsy did for crafting or Chewy pet supplies. Interesting comparison. Neon Ichiban is betting that enthusiasts of comic books, which is a $1.86 billion industry as of 2023, will be willing to abandon Amazon's conveniences for its tailored offerings, new features, and shared sense of community. So we're talking about conveniences. There are, I don't know if this is true or not. I imagine there's probably a hint of truth to it, where people are like, Amazon is evil and Apple is evil and all these places are evil because they have slave labor and they test makeup on puppies and kittens, and they just, yeah, every company does a little bit of evil. But as consumers, clearly we value convenience more than the vicissitudes of the people that are worlds away from us. I see that makes it abundantly clear the people that are laughing at the World War III. And I'm not going to lie, It's the people in Iran, Israel that are filming rockets with Kesha in the background. That is absolutely wild. Anyway, to say that people are going to abandon Amazon's conveniences for its tailored offering, that's a really big claim to make. I'm going to say right now, I don't think they could do that. I think they could maybe, people are definitely going to check it out. Clearly, I'm talking about it. When you have like a grand opening somewhere of a restaurant, of a smoothie shop, the grand opening usually has a really freaking big weekend, right? Or a big week. And you can't really go by the first weekend. It's like, okay, well, we had this grand opening and we grossed this much. And it's like, okay, that's not going to happen every weekend, even on like major holidays, maybe. You have to kind of wait a little while. Like, okay, maybe this site, and competition generally is good for the space. I don't think any of this is on blockchain, but it is a place where people can get their digital comics. Like, so VeVe Comics has like 34,000 signups. These people might get even more, because obviously most everything now is digital. I don't, in the next 10 years, you're probably only going to have like some of the main comic book stores left. These independent stores, I just don't see making it. At least local comic book stores, which I know they have like Funko Pops and they have T-shirts and they have merch and other stuff, but I don't think that's really going to help. I mean, it might help a little bit, but I feel like you're just shining knobs on the Titanic. Anyway, let's continue. Anyone who's watched the comics industry over the course of the past, say, 5 to 10 years has noticed that the digital comic space especially has been yearning for a little bit of innovation, a little bit of disruption, and a little bit of some new energy brought to it. Honestly, this all sounds like they would be leading up to like VeVe, and like, they're not, but it just seems like there are. Amazon declined a request for comment. On Ichiban, named to evoke the signs and community of Tokyo's night markets, will offer single issues and collected editions of comics and manga on the same day as their print availability. The site and companion app will let customers browse, buy, and read their comics. It'll also let creators autograph or sketch on the digital issues and offer ways for people to resell their copies and editions. All right, now we're talking. Its initial slate of publishers include 2 titans of industry, Marvel Entertainment and DC Comics, as well as Dark Horse Comics, Distillery, Kodansha, Oni Press, and Vault Comics, and other publishers will be named later. But I'm really liking that they're letting people sell their stuff afterwards. And maybe at a discount. I'm curious how they're going to do that. And Ichiban will offer single issues and collected editions of comics and manga the same day as their print. Okay. Amazon's Comixology works with the same publishers and many more, including Archie Comics, Boom Studios, and Image Comics. And its management system means that fans who have built extensive digital collections on Comixology won't be able to transfer them elsewhere. Those on the Ichiban's website won't transfer either. Okay, so I've been not necessarily an opponent of it. I was never one to care if VeVe NFTs were to ever get interoperability. It sounds like they're working on it, and according to Dr. Profit, they've been working on it since January. Maybe, I don't know how long that's going to take. Could take a couple months. It could take another year or more. But again, I was never one that cared to put any of my NFTs on VeVe into a MetaMask, into any type of self-storage, right? They're fine on VeVe for me. But there have been countless people, well, a very loud minority of people that would say, like, they're not real NFTs if you can't self-custody them. And some of these people are straight up fading these 100-year-old companies because they can't put them in a MetaMask, which is wild to me. But anyway, they kind of contradict themselves where they say, oh yeah, true digital ownership, and then they don't let them transfer it anywhere, which again, I mean, they own it, they could, and apparently they can resell it. But if they won't let them transfer them anywhere, I feel like you can't have it both ways. If I was a fan of this Ichiban thing, I'd be like, yeah, no, I like it here. It's fine here. I don't need to put it in a MetaMask. Same thing as VeVe. But I feel like, and again, I don't see blockchain anywhere in these articles. Maybe I haven't gotten to it yet. We'll see. I mean, at least the VeVe ones are at least on the blockchain, and you can tell which ones they are, like by the mint number. You can tell who's had them before. These ones, I don't know if you can. Again, I'll keep reading. But online forums are littered with complaints that the site became difficult to use, the comics became harder to read, and the material felt shoehorned into the Kindle library. Among the features that Mr. Mosher and Mr. Steinberger are most excited about are digital remarks, signatures or drawings added to digital copies of a comic book. I guess I'd be excited for that too. Using a different platform, for example, Jason Howard added a character sketch to a digital copy of The Missionary. It's a horror comic drawn by him and written by Ryan Stegman. I guess we're in the future now, Mr. Howard commented on social media. Those little additions are catnip for fans and a potential revenue source for artists. The Neon Ichiban site will display the original purchase date, when the creator added to the file, and more. We know from doing our own books that it's not a business that too many creators get to be rich from, just from creating. The signatures and the sketches and the drawings are a really important part of their revenue. Agreed. And that was it. So I don't think this is a reason for people to freak out. You had a couple of people freaking out. I think this is generally good. At some point, somebody's going to Google, where can I, and I'm sure it's happened thousands of times already, like, where can I buy, like, whenever I see a clip from a show on TikTok or on Facebook or wherever, and it looks really cool, it's like, okay, where can I watch this? And it'll tell me, it's like, okay, you could watch it on Paramount, you could watch it on Netflix, watch it on Amazon, wherever. And then I'll be able to find that. I think that eventually, whenever, let's say there's this type of manga on here, right? And I don't know which one it'll be. Let's say it's a Fruits Basket, or let's say it's a new one. Let's say it's like, I don't know. I guess they're done with My Hero Academia. Let's say it's like a new Madoka Magica manga, right? And they go in and they say, you have somebody reviewing it on TikTok, and like, oh, you know what, this sounds really cool. And they go on Google, where can I read Madoka Magica? And then, not that we have Madoka Magica, but it's just be like, it would list all of the places, and it would likely be the same thing for comics. Like, where can I download, or where can I buy? Because a lot of my generation, they have a lot of like social anxiety. They don't like to go out. It's so freaking strange. But especially the younger generations, younger millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they are perfectly happy not talking to people for days. So most likely, they, instead of going out to a physical store, they'll be like, okay, where can I buy this online, or where can I buy this, digitally? And the more people that do that, I think the better it's going to be for the ecosystem at large. Even if VeVe's not mentioned first, like, they'll go and be like, okay, I can read this here, X, Y, and Z. And again, for a lot of these things, you can just read online anyway, because people they post them online. Or some people make content of it, reading the story, and they, kind of follow along with them. But I think that's good, because then, remember in Super Bowl of like 23, Ford made an electric vehicle ad, paid millions of dollars to get it in the Super Bowl commercial. And the number one thing that was Googled, as far as electric trucks were concerned, were the Tesla Cybertruck. So Ford spent a bunch of money and a bunch of time making a commercial to put in a Super Bowl ad. And the consequence of that was people Googling Tesla Cybertruck. I think something similar can happen here, where you have Neon Ichiban that has something, and people say, like, they Google it, or they make an ad, and possibly the most Googled search of it could be VeVe. Maybe that's a little moon boyish. After saying it out loud, it probably is. But even if they go in and search Neon Ichiban on Google, maybe VeVe comes up as well. Whereas, same thing, if you Google VeVe, maybe Neon Ichiban comes up as well, because they can do similar things, at least with comics. So anyway, I don't think this is a really thing to be worried about. If anything, it might bring more people to VeVe at some point. Because if you say like, hey, I can resell these. There was this guy on Facebook that posted and said, yeah, 30% selfie. And I couldn't find that anywhere. So I don't know where he got that number. But yeah, I would say if I'm a person that likes these things and I want to resell it, how many users are going to be on there versus how much on VeVe, how much secondary. I mean, on VeVe, you have two options. You could sell it for cash, gems, or you could sell it for crypto. Normal people might not care about crypto, but I feel like a lot of other people would. Anyway, these are just my opinions here. And again, we have a bunch of other stuff to go over. Ben and Krius' first comment. What's up? Thank you for being a member. Says Randy, which do you think would be a bigger partnership, Lego, Minecraft, Roblox, or Fortnite? If you were to ask me this about a week ago, I would have said Fortnite. But after looking at some of the numbers on Roblox has the most active daily use, and it's not even for like this crazy game. Like Fortnite is this epic action pack. You have Vader, you have Sabrina Carpenter shooting people, you have Superman, like lightsabers in there. You have these wild, wild characters that you could play. And yeah, it's one of the most popular games in the world. But a Roblox game called Grow Your Garden, where you have these seeds and you plant them and you take the fruits from those seeds and you sell them and you buy more seeds. That game is more popular than Fortnite is absolutely mine. That is, I don't have a word for that. My vernacular is not that broad that I could think of a word. Terrific, awesome, insanity. It's pretty incredible that a game that I'm not gonna like. I haven't played it. It doesn't seem like a lot happens. Maybe there's just a lot more autistic people that play that game, or it's the younger generation where it's like, and again, I love side scrollers. And obviously the games nowadays are a lot more exciting than just the 2D side scrollers that we grew up with. But even still, yeah. And anyway, so now I would say Roblox would probably be the bigger partnership out of all of them. Lego seems fine, but Lego, autistics. I know they have like Lego games, like Lego Star Wars. Great. That Lego Star Wars is fantastic. Lego Jurassic Park, great. So they have games, but I feel like most people that are fans of Lego might not really care about NFTs. But the people that are already in gaming, Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite, and they're like, oh, can we get a skin? If we were to have that type of partnership, I feel like that might be, yeah. So I feel like Roblox or Fortnite would probably be the bigger ones. Minecraft maybe too. I mean, they're all good. I mean, Minecraft their movie just went insane. Y'all see the people that reacted ridiculously after Jack Black said chicken jockey, and the theaters just went absolutely nuts. Anyway, that's yeah. So all of them would be good. Maybe we get one of them. Maybe we get all of them. Who knows? Oh lordy, there's a lot of people replying here. Delorean Labs. Okay, I think let's go over Delorean Labs first. Their DMC token. They've had a post from an hour ago saying, "Dear communities, we're excited to invite some of our closest friends from the SUI network ecosystem and beyond to the official Delorean airdrop race. In partnership with Phantom and Wallet, powered by Galaxy and Studio Mirai. Lock in, climb the leaderboards, and stay up to date by joining Delorean Labs Space on Galaxy. We're honored to be racing alongside some of the most dedicated communities in Web3. I'm not going to go over all of them because that's insane. Oh, they mentioned toilet dust. That's cool. Say, oh, heck yeah, let's go. They give earlier today. Actually, there's this. I could .xyz has 265,000 followers over on X, had requoted them saying this is heavy with a nice little DeLorean commercial. Listen, they're backed by a legit company. I'm gonna have a couple of tokens. So, I mean, one, they sponsor the channel, but I will have a couple of tokens. I don't know where this goes. I mean, I think VeVe should be watching Delorean Labs very closely, not for any fear of like competition or anything, but again, two different lanes, like two different highways. They're not really competition for each other. But because Delorean Labs marketing has been incredible, getting Christopher Lloyd to come back, getting a bunch of these actors to come back, getting was it Michael Sale? Like they've had so many incredible partnerships that have marketed for them, and we're going to see if it works. They launch within the next 2 weeks, definitely within the next 2 weeks, and let's see what their token does. Is it enough marketing to take their token and just have massive green candles? Or is it just enough marketing to get people to kind of cross trade with the people that maybe got a pre-sale? I don't know if their things are locked or not. My tokens are not locked. I think I do get, or they might be locked for like a month. Either way, I told them like, listen, I'm going to ride this out, because whenever the token unlocks for everyone else, like again, I've seen this with Devi, where Devi started off, went crazy, went to like $1.80, and then the sell pressure from the people that got in the pre-sale, the sell pressure from the people that bought pre-ICO, they kept selling until it went down to about 12 cents, and then the unlock stopped. Now there's more, but there's a lot less of them. And then the price climbed all the way back to $1.80. Then it went back to 36 cents yesterday. And now I think it's maybe 40 something cents. I'll get more on Devi in a second here. I guess that'll be the next one I go over after Delorean Labs. It's 44 cents. So I think that again, and Sui doesn't have a lot of crazy awesome stuff on, like Lofi, I think is fairly well known. I think Toilet Dust is becoming fairly well known, at least as a meme coin anyway, but these as meme coins. Delorean Labs seems like it's like, hey, this isn't just a meme coin. This isn't any meme coin at all. It's backed by this major brand. We have tons of crazy partnerships. They're throwing lots of money at it. When you have Web 2 companies come into Web 3 and they have that Web 2 money already, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So I don't know what the unlocks are for most of whether it's the team, it's the KOLs, whatever. I think that mine might be locked up for like a month, maybe. But again, I told them like I'll give you 6 months. And we live together, we ride together, we die together, and I'm gonna see where these go. Now, if this token, I don't know what it's gonna come out as, like what price, but if it does like a 30x and I'm allowed to take some profit, I'm gonna take some profit at a 30x. Depending on what it comes out at, though, like the price, the market cap, I'll tell you guys, hey, this might be my profit taking level. This might be it. I'll definitely have a moon bag though, because I would not fade this company. If they're anything like McFarlane, Todd McFarlane's a shark. He will absolutely do whatever he needs to do to succeed. Like, you don't get to that level of success without, well, I guess there's a couple ways to do it, but just based on what I know of him, what I've seen of him, and the talks I've seen him get done, he seems like the type of guy that knows what it means to be strong, and that's why sometimes he's gentle. There's a quote, or there's a story that Peter Cullen says about his initial interview application for Optimus Prime, and he says he goes to his brother, who's like a former Marine, and he says, you know, I'm gonna try out to be a truck, but it's a hero truck, and his brother says to him, like, Peter, be strong enough to be gentle. And so then out came, like, my name is Optimus Prime. And again, I can't do the voice, but Todd McFarlane seems that type of guy that, and you guys probably know the type I'm talking about. Like, they're really chill, but the second you say something wrong, do something wrong, they can get like hood real quick. McFarlane seems like the type of guy that, like, he's cool with you as long as you're cool with him. You'll be really good friends. But if needed, I feel like he could crush people. And I feel like, again, if needed, he might be able to. And if Delorean Labs, again, coming into this space, coming into, you know, with the amount of money that they have, with the history that they have, yeah, I'm not going to bet against them. So I'll definitely keep moving back for wherever. We'll get more into the token stuff when they actually launch. They do have something tomorrow. They have a space tomorrow. I'm so busy tomorrow. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They have a space. Let's see if they go over it here. It might be pinned. Yeah, we would also like to thank thousands of supporters. All right, I'm going to have to go looking for it. DeLorean airdrop space. It's a mega space with special guests. It is tomorrow. It is at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to go to Delorean Labs and find that, I'll be there. I don't think I'm going to be speaking. I would love to speak, but we'll see. You know, they did post again after this, stating that they have, or I'm sorry, this is OKX Wallet. And OKX Wallet has about 2.1 million followers over on X, saying, we've got 8,888,888 DMC Delorean Labs tokens up for grabs when you complete simple tasks and hold at least, it says hold at least 10 USDT worth of assets in your wallet. More details is at wherever. Actually, all right, let's see some more details here. Collaborated with Delorean Labs to launch an exciting 8,888,888 DMC tokens giveaway from today. Time, June 19th, 2025, 6 p.m. to July 4th, 2025, 1 p.m. Or I'm sorry, 0600 to 0100. You have to follow Delorean Labs on X, join Delorean Labs Telegram group, join Delorean Labs Discord, and hold 10 USDT worth of assets in your wallet. So that's a quest. You can connect your wallet right there. I've done most of those things. And OKX, so OKX hasn't been available to Americans until just recently. The exchange is now available to Americans, but even when it wasn't, you could still use the OKX wallet, which is basically like a Coinbase wallet. And I don't know what they're gonna how much those are gonna give. Like, if it comes out at, well, $1 is way too much. That'd be $1 billion market cap, right? Because they have 1 billion tokens. 10 cents, 1 cent. Either way, is it going to be worth it? I mean, if you have nothing else going on, might as well try it, right? And I think I qualify for all 4 of these. So anyway, let's keep on going. So again, the partnerships are pretty awesome. Can't wait to see it. What did I talk? I talked about Devi before, right? Okay, let's get to the Devi here. Yeah, Devi, not a great couple of days. They, not even a week ago, they were at like 55 cents. And again, they went down to 36 cents yesterday. I was able to get some at 41, but yeah, their issue is that nobody knows who they are. I mean, they have some of the craziest partnerships or I shouldn't say partnerships. Well, when they say that they have a tier 1 stock exchange that they're partnered with that is known throughout the world, there's only a couple of companies, London Exchange, one of the exchanges in Asia, New York Stock Exchange, like there's only a couple that it could be, right? So, you ever just eat pepperoni? It's so good. Anyway. Yeah, but like nobody knows that. And Will Stewart is great. He's a fantastic freaking cap raiser. He said nothing but good things about, I mean, he works for him, but I feel like I would also be able to tell, hey, this is, if you see a couple of interviews with anyone, like you could tell whether they're being sincere or even if they are sincere, but what they say is like, okay, he's being sincere, but he's kind of not really giving him any compliments versus, no, he's being sincere and he's thinks the world of this team, and it's the latter. He does. So again, I've gotten now. It's still not my. It's not. It's my third biggest bag, I guess. But it's not a lot. I do want to get a lot more Devi. But like I've told people, I'm gonna have. I guess all right. We'll get to my new OMI goals now, but let me just go finish Devi real quick. We'll get to OMI. We'll get to the rest of the stuff, and I'll get to a couple more comments here. Omar saying good evening. What's going on, fam? I hope you're well. Booth saying hi, Dashy. What up, Booth? Meow, meow, meow. Abe saying first again. I'm on fire. I love you, man. All right, so Devi down about 3% on the day. 418. I told you 700,000 was a little too much for it. 418,000 in volume. $38 million market cap. This is very, very low. Now, granted, fully diluted, it is a little higher at 53 million, but this is very low. Actually, let me see when the next unlocks are, because I have to take a look at. Because the unlocks are going to be. It might be why we've been down here. All right, we go to unlock progress. All right, so the most recent unlock. Oh, it was today? It does. So this is very hard to see. The rest of the unlocks will be done by January 2028. So here's why it went, if you can see, on the really light side over there, you had a lot of unlocks happen really quickly. And I guarantee you this ended in like what, September? I guess they ended December 2024. And let me see. Okay, September was the low. Mid-September was that low. And then people knew the unlocks were stopping, and then they kept on doing that. Anyway, it doesn't look like there was a ton of unlock. I wish I could see. Oh, I guess the last unlock was like 2.5 weeks ago, and the next unlock is in like a month. So again, I'm not really on 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the next unlock is in like another few weeks. So these aren't really anything that I'm really too concerned with because they're very, very small. I think it was just a bad day, and they just went. You know, you had somebody sell like 25K at once, and when they do that in a liquidity pool, well, the liquidity pool has 500,000 in it, but there were like 20K in sells before then, and then you had another 20K thing, 22K go at once. Let's take a look at. Yeah, there's a small imbalance where you have almost $300,000 worth of Devi in the pool and only $250,000 worth of Ethereum. You generally want either the same or even more Ethereum than you do the token, because then that squeezes, and then it can go pretty crazy. But yeah, like yesterday kind of made that imbalance a little bit. Anyway, let's do daCAT here real quick, because I do have an announcement for daCAT. Let's take a look at my X, and then I'll go over that. Kuma saying, "What's up, fam? How's it going?" Who says your Hellfire shirt? I have it as a hoodie, and as a hoodie, same design. People always tell me, "Yeah, bro, save." I get so many compliments on my Hellfire shirt. It's like nothing else matters. When Stranger Things on VeVe, bro, I don't know. I would love to see that towards the end of the year, bro. That's so good, right? Oh, it's gonna be so sad. So sad. I love that show. Anyway, earlier today, I had. Well, I guess was this yesterday? Oh, yeah, we'll go over that later. Earlier today, I said shout out to Heinecoin. Heinecoin has 6,600 followers over on their X. Shout out to Heinecoin for striking a deal and agreeing to have their story told in the daCAT comic universe, which will be on VeVe Official. After their comic sells out on the primary market, they'll be available on Stacker or OMI. Let's welcome the Heine fam. Shout out to them for striking a deal. Be advised, I am now at the point where, like, I've always been working. I've been working on this very hard, but I'm at the point now where you have to pay quite a bit of money now to get in, because it's very difficult to have time for all of these things. It's like when you're in like a band, and like the lyrics just come from one person, and then that person like leaves the band or dies, and you're like, oh God, what do we do now? So, there's only one of me that's writing. And honestly, I prefer it that way because it's all mine. Creative, like, it's going to be really fun. The one I'm writing right now, Nike Pig, is really cool. Comes right after the Space Penguin one. As Space was supposed to be on. Maybe if they're on in 2 hours, I'll get them, because we've been live for 47 minutes. We're not even into the news yet. Heinecoin fam, they were worried. Like, listen, we don't have any like characters yet. I was like, listen, neither did Space Penguins. I made all of their characters, and their characters are brilliant. They are brilliant. Ralphie, it's okay. It's okay, Ralphie. There's no one out there. There's no humans out there. So yeah, this is really fun. It's been really fun to do. But now there's so much interest. I just don't have like, this is what I'm doing sun up to sundown. I'm in spaces. I'm doing this, doing OTC deals with people every now and then, and then I'm writing for this comic universe. And again, they're all, at the end of the day, it's great for daCAT. It's great for the cross-pollination. It's great for the collab. They're definitely getting their money's worth. But they're all not even silver lining. Like, the cherry on top is that they're all going to be making VeVe accounts, and they're all going to be not just making VeVe accounts, but transacting on there. They'll be in the active daily users. They'll spend money on there, and out of the thousands of people that'll be on there because of me, there's probably a couple that are going to be whales, and they're just going to sweep the floors on so many things. Might start on their own product, but then after that, I think there's going to be quite a bit, especially because again, the writing is really good. I think that this is going to be one of the. I really hope that other people talk about it. I'm sure that they will, and I'm sure that Emoji will talk about it. I'm sure that others will talk about it just because it's me. But I really hope they genuinely enjoy it. I really hope that. I hope they don't do it just because it's me. I hope they do it because it's a genuinely good story, and it's fun to read, and they want more. So this has always been something, like, I've written a lot of stuff before. I never tried to monetize it, but here I think I'm doing that for a good reason. It's a win-win-win situation. It's good for VeVe. It's good for the communities. It's good for me. So again, thank you for daCAT for helping me live out my dreams. Anyway, let's take a look at the token. Down about 1.5% on the day, 1,200 in volumes, little $1.5 million market cap. I don't know how much of it was because of buys and sells versus how much. Well, Ethereum's down 0.5% on the day. Um, we've been going pretty sideways for the last, yeah, this time last week, Bitcoin was at 103. We had spiked up to about 109. We're at 1047 right now. This time last month, May 21st, we were at 107. Yeah. Obviously, 3 months ago in April, we were down to like 74K for Bitcoin. Let me see what the Ethereum is at right now. 25, 28. I did wind up getting a little bit of Ethereum just because I think it's not a bad time to get. Over the last month, it's been as high as almost 29K. I'm sorry, 2.9K. It's been as low as like pretty close to the low. It's a lot closer to the monthly low than it is to the monthly high. Obviously, go 3 months back, we were down to like like $1,300. It's crazy. Gemini, perhaps post by a Comey summary. Sorry, I'm just Xing out a couple of messages here. Okay, that is daCAT. I did Devi. Let's do Definity. And for those of you that do not know, Definity now has OMI on their balance sheet. I am very proud of myself for that one. I will repeat, Definity now has OMI on their balance sheet. So Definity is up 2% on the day to 2.9 cents. 13,000 in volume, actually 13,500 volume, $5 million fully diluted market cap. Non-fully diluted is just under 4.5. Their P&L seems to 100% be a thing of beauty, and they will continue to make more than VeVe. I am very happy. The token, I think the token goes insane, but even if it doesn't, I'm part of the company, and it's going to be bananas. They're going to get such a crazy valuation. They are going to get such a crazy valuation. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be so freaking rich. It's going to be great. Again, I own part of the company. I do own quite a bit of the token. One of them, I think both of them are going to blow, but one will blow. I'll be happy either way. And I guess that brings me to my other post now that I've gone over Definity, Devi. Oh, we forgot SHIRO. Oh my God. All right, we'll get to OMI in a second. Forgot my main man SHIRO, down about 6% on the day. 706,000 in volume, $4.4 million market cap. So they are pretty low. They're actually the lowest they've been, even like the hack. So the hack, that's that big wick down there. And then over towards the end, they are actually lower than that. Little descending there. What's going to shake it up? I don't know. Where's the bottom? It could be here. Could go down another 10%. Could go down another 20%. Like, we don't know. Could be cut in half. But I would say that I'm going to try to get a little bit more next month in July. I am definitely going to get more OMI. It's cat coins. People love cats. And I think I'll be able to get a confirmed crossover. Like, I think I'll be able to get a confirmed crossover pretty soon. I think that'll be fun. For that one, be a little bit of a special deal. We'll see. Anyway, OMI. I think that's why a lot of people are here. Where did I post that before? I said my ultimate goal is to get 1 billion OMI. In order for this to work, Definity and Devi would have to go up a significant amount each in order to take some profits off and roll into OMI that has either stayed down or gone lower in price. Realistically, I think 500 million is doable, since I think one of those two has a chance of running before OMI, and I can likely shave off enough to get to 500 million OMI. On the unlucky side, if OMI runs first, I'll probably only be able to get to about 300 million. This should be doable sometime during summer, regardless of what the price is. So more OMI, then I'll try to get a little more SHIRO next month. And again, the DMC token can go nuts. It can go crazy, and I'll I mean, I hope it goes nuts. I mean, again, the opposite could happen. If the DMC token comes out, and let's say there's no lockups for a lot of the other people's tokens, and they dump it, right, and they just kill it, then I'm gonna go hard on. I'll do the opposite, and I'll be like, okay, clearly that they all just dumped it once, race to the bottom. I will clean the F up, and I will get a bunch of that. And even if it just goes back to where it was, be a nice flip. But again, with the marketing, we're gonna see if it works. The marketing seems to be on point. They have a ton of they have a great community. They have great partners. I think what they did with the marketing, I think even before, like Walrus tokens that were airdropped, if you had like the NFT, I haven't seen them do anything that would turn me off from them. Even if they did, okay, you're allowed a mulligan, right? Okay, maybe you did this one thing, but there's all of these things that have been done great. I think that's fine. Yeah, crypto's so exciting. Am I share it, or is that Faith Hill? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Yeah, it was totally Faith Hill. There was nowhere else I'd rather be. Anyway, so 300 million will probably be if I only get 300 million tokens of OMI, that means OMI just ran first, which is fine. In which case I'll shave some off, at like a 10x from here. What's a 10x from here? I'll shave some off at like a 15x from here. That'd be 003 because we're at 0002 right now. Yeah, 15x from here. Shave a little off, just a little bit. And then I would get other stuff. Oh, wow. Lex Friedman is traveling around Europe and Middle East soon for some high-profile conversations. Damn. Good for you, Lex. Good for you. Okay, let's get to the OMI here and see what we're at today. Go to the search bar and search a OMI. We're actually up 2.5% on the day to 0002. We were down to like 000194 yesterday. Happened to be up to 000201, 0002. Only 1.8 million in volume. It's really not a ton. 21% of that is from Deepcoin at 400K in volume. And there is not, okay, Ascendex, we're still at 001949, but the rest is 0002 plus. So I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'll comment down below your OMI goal. What should my OMI goal be? I mean, I think $1 billion's fine. I mean, sure, if Devi does a 100x from here and OMI's still down, yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100x from here, what would that be? $45, which they'd be at a $3.5 billion market cap. Yeah, I'll totally get $1 billion. I might get 2 billion on. We'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. Let's do Devi community. Okay, very good, very good. And that was a OMI. All right, so it's been an hour. Let me get to some of the comments. Alex Ross is the GOAT. Jason Pena, thanks for being a member. And then, like I said, I'll get to the news here in a second as well. There's why is Devi not in your title? So Devi doesn't actually sponsor the channel. I am an affiliate for Devi. Like I have the affiliate link down below if y'all want to go on that exchange. And I did talk about it, but Definity, DMC, and SHIRO, they sponsor the channel, so they pay me. And daCAT is not, they don't actually pay me, but I own the IP, so I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, Devi doesn't actually pay me. I mean, they will once the referral program comes out, the exchange rolls out. But when DMC, we had that partnership, I had to get rid of something, and Devi didn't pay. But so I still went over it anyway because I can't even say I have a lot of the token anymore because the more I put in, the less it becomes. I put like 40K into it, and it's worth like 20. So yeah, either way, I'm very incentivized to still talk about it. I still do. But the token has just been absolutely punished, like hardcore, no Vaseline. It's just gotten the crap beat out of it. And I hope it goes lower so that I can buy more at a cheaper price. So again, I've been stacking down here. It's not fun to put in 40K into something that only be worth 20K. But now it's like, okay, well, now I can dollar cost average, and I have been. I remember when I only had like 20,000 Devi, and now I have like 40-ish thousand. I think I have like 45,000. Double the position, but the money was cut in half. Actually, double the money's actually cut like 75%. And again, I hope it goes down to 30 cents and stays there. And I'll get more. And then if it goes down to 20 cents and stays there, I will over leverage myself and I will get more. Providing that Definity stays the same and OMI stays the same. Again, if OMI gets cut in half, I will get more. Definity gets cut in half, I will get more. I have so much Definity. I think I'm just gonna let that one ride. I'll get a little bit like each month. But I definitely need to start again. I have more Definity than I do OMI. OMI is not my biggest bag by a long shot now. So I definitely need to get more OMI and then more Devi, because I have quite a bit of Definity in multiple ways. I'll still get more each month, but like we'll hear. I put a couple hundred in today because it went down to like 2.4. Now it's up to 2.9, which was fun. But that's just the reason why Devi's not in the title. It's just because I needed to put in the title for people that I have a sponsorship with, and five is enough. And if I have somebody else that comes and sponsors the channel, I have to get rid of daCAT in the title. And if somebody else comes in, then I get rid of OMI. And then I think that's it. Then I don't want to have that many sponsors, because again, I haven't gotten to the news yet, and it's been an hour already. Omar saying CNN is, bro, they are 100% a rug company, 100%. Jason Pena, 2000, saying, I don't like NFTs. Is a misinformed statement. We must allow people to learn and change. Agreed. Meow. Kuma saying, Mark Moss says that crypto, Bitcoin mass adoption among institutions has arrived, that alt season are dead, and we would have won this year or again. I think he's wrong. What do you think? He's dead wrong. Well, what he says, mass adoption among institutions has arrived. He's correct about that. There are very small amount of retailers in here. Take a look at Google Trends and search Bitcoin. There's the same interest in Bitcoin now as when Bitcoin was at $16,000. So not a lot of interest from retail. He's right. There's no alt season right now. Currently, alt season is not here. It's dormant. I think we get that after Bitcoin goes to like 150, maybe 200. You have to get retail right now. And then once retail goes in and it goes crazy, then it'll bleed to altcoins. And what runs first? Memes? Yeah, I hope memes run last, because I don't have near as much daCAT as I want. And I really want to get a lot more. So I hope it's DeFi. I hope Definity does like 100x before I get, because Devi they don't need to market right now. They are focused on building the most solid business. Like Devi has one of the most solid businesses. Remember in Star Wars Episode 1, where Qui-Gon says like, more midichlorians than I've ever seen in a life form. Devi has one of the most solid businesses I've ever seen in a life form in my life. The partnership, the talent, the people, oh my God. But I don't think they run until they announce who the stock exchange partner is. I'm hoping it's an American one. But I feel like the way in which they've been a little kind of playing it safe, I feel like it might be an Asian one, or London. I would not want to see a London stock exchange. I would at least want to see an Asian one. There's not a show called Crazy Rich Britons, right? Show called Crazy Rich Asians. So I really hope it's an Asian one. And again, like I would hope it's an American one, but I just, from the way they've been playing very coy and very patient, and it's like I just feel like it's not. Again, this is all just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. Um, but yeah, I don't think they actually go crazy until that stock exchange partner is said, and then mass market will flood in, and then the exchange comes in and a referral program, and it's just going to flood in. So I think we have time with that. Granted, I thought it would stay around 55 cents, and it went all the way down to 36, and now it's at 45. Also, it's getting a little dark in here, so I'm gonna. No, I'll leave it for now. I'll leave it for now. Um, but yeah, I think it once you get so DeFi. So I think if Definity might probably go up first. I'll roll it into some Devi and into some OMI. I think it'll happen, and then hopefully memes run last. I mean, there's AI, there's gaming, there's so much, right? Uh, and so and we won't have one again this year. That's silly. Um, I don't know who Mark Moss is, but the latter half is quite silly, I believe, of what he's saying. Mr. MC1 reposted the stream, my man. Yeah, I got that. 30% fee when anything sells on the market is Ichiban pop. Yeah, so I think it was somebody on the VeVe on the VeVe Facebook that said 30% fee, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Oh, if you download the PDF version of the comic, then you cannot sell it in the Ichiban marketplace again. Oh, that, my good friend, is a horse of a different color. Nintendo's doing the same thing right now. They're saying if you're caught downloading any game like illegally, they brick your system. And you have these people that are complaining that are just like, oh, I can't hack my Switch. I can't do anything illegal and steal from. It's like, it is so wild to me that these people are just like, I can't steal anything is absolutely insane. So yeah, like, how do you expect companies to react when all you do is pirate their games or pirate their stuff? And it's like, of course they're going to have something like that. So good for Ichiban. Good for Ichiban. Yeah, that is wild though. That if you download the PDF version, then you can't sell it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. 30% like capital gains tax on. I know, right? Horrible, horrible. Is when this fails, not wishing, but when. Hope Marvel recognize that VeVe is. I think they know. Like, I'm pretty sure Marvel knows. They're probably just doing this because everybody else was on board, and they're like, okay, there's going to be foot traffic. We'll at least make some. Like, they're not going to lose money on this, right? Like they're like selling the license to them. So again, they're not going to lose money on this. And what's the worst that happens? It fails. Not Marvel's fault. It was a poorly run business. It was misallocation of capital. It was like any number of things. Marvel will not take any heat for this if this fails. Excuse me one second. Oh god, my back. My other back. Okay. God, that's too bright. Okay. Oh, Ralph, it's a little bright in here, right? Okay, where was I? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Meow. Before you meow. One of guys who said, I'm sorry, guys. One second. Who said he any okay. Are you absolutely sure? Like, you have the money ready to go. To throw. Can meow meow meow. Just wanted to give meow, 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 meow. Option find the option for another meow, meow, meow. Sorry, this business never. How was it, Gordon Gecko? Saying money never sleeps. Money never sleeps here. Sorry, let's get another comment. Randy, are you doing New York? Hell yeah, I am. Heck yeah, bro. I will go there in a wheelchair, or I will get there come heck or high water. My Kesha, because it's going down. I'm yelling timber, it means one. Yeah, I'm 100%. 100%. 9/11. Oh, that's 2 minutes ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, 100%. Would love to see you there. Would love it. Would love it. Hi, Connor. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's go over some of the news here from the last. Oh god, this is gonna be so much. There's so much. 1 billion USDT got minted at the Treasure Tethery yesterday. Canada launches its first spot XRP ETF, bullish for XRP. Mr. MC1 posts grails of VeVe. Popular, significant, valuable. Picking one up is always special. Did I miss any? Disney has the partner statue. Batman has the Todd. Spider-Man has Ultimate Animated Spider-Man, the secret rare. And the Miles Morales secret rare. What's more, Coinbase, maybe I will send it that. Has she sent money to Coinbase before? Because sometimes, not all the time, sometimes Coinbase hold the money for 7 days. Yeah. If she does it all the time, then that's no problem. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? Marvel has Marvel MC1 secret rare, Amazing Fantasy 15 secret rare, very good. Penny Black stamp is that a grail of VeVe? I don't know, but Penny Black stamp. Blackpink Diamond Heart, specific to VeVe and Akomi. The VeVe gold and silver logo. The Akomi secret rare logo. I would add Vader, and I would add the. Oh, he already added the gold and silver VeVe logo. Yeah, I would definitely add Vader. Maybe a Donnie. But I think these are pretty good. And then if we're going with Star Wars, I think Grogu is also pretty. I don't know. It's Grail. It could one day be a Grail, right? I think one day it could be a Grail. So it's Mr. MC1. We have Ash Crypto Real saying 14 billion payment giant Klarna with 150 million users said they will add Bitcoin and crypto. This is a massive win for crypto. 2025 KRW denominated crypto trading reached 663 billion, which presents almost as much global USD denominated volume, making South Korea the second largest crypto market in the world. China's e-commerce giant JD to apply for stablecoin licenses in major global markets, says founder. Iranian crypto exchange Novatek seemingly exploited for over $80 million. Oh my God. And Bitcoin miner BitDeer seeks to raise $330 million in third convertible notes offering. Top 4 Marvel card sales of all time. Each of these PSA graded Marvel cards is a one of one from the 2024 Chrome Marvel set. Damn. This isn't even like ancient. This ain't even like collectible. It's from last year. And you can see them all right there. 51,000, 36,000, 31. Why does it say 50? Oh, it's Iron Man. Iron Man. But Spider-Man? Really? Okay. I feel like Spider-Man would go for more than Iron Man, but you know what? That's the way the cookie crumbles, right? Oh, was this today? Thursday? Oh, this was today. All right, so today, Nova. All right, it's first appearance of Nova, 1976. That there was a $1,000 bounty on it, and that's from Comics. I completely forgot about this today. I have one second here. Hold on, wires. So she's gonna reach out tomorrow. It's just Okay. For first-time users, it'll for first-time users, it'll settle into, and I'll tell you guys this as well. Coinbase, no problem, but Coinbase just usually doesn't allow it to move for a week. Sometimes it's available right away, though. Okay, so if you're using Coinbase for the first time and you wire over X amount of money, they usually hold it for like a week. And when they usually hold it for like it settles there, like the money's there. They just don't let you spend it. Like they don't let you transfer it out, which is wild to me. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. But if it goes through, no problem. I'll ask again, and maybe we can get this done. Handshake agreement. Oh, hi, Ralphie. You're so cute. You're a little baby. Okay. Let's see what today's drop did. I don't know how it did. How many mints? Or 3,000 mints. And oh, hi, baby. Hello. Does anyone want to say hi, Ralphie? How's your baby? Hello, Ralphie. You want to say hi? Okay. Nova number 1. First appearance in Nova, 3,000 mints. Okay, so there is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There, all right, 1,800 left. So let's say it's like 900-ish, right? Let's say like 930. $6,500. I don't think the bounty was collected, and there's quite a lot of them left. So I'm gonna let that go. Do you have your doubts about the New York Jets winning a Super Bowl? Yeah. I always have my doubts about that because they haven't done it in my lifetime. Little salty. Oh, VeVe or OMI in general? No. I mean, so I guess there is one thing where if the NFT market doesn't come back, which there's a greater than 0% chance that it doesn't, then yeah, OMI's not going to do well, and VeVe won't do well. But I'm 99 point. Let's say if you ran the simulation from now, as of 19 June, happy Juneteenth, from today, if you ran the simulation 100 times, I would say a 98% chance, because I think there's like a one, it's probably less than that. If you ran the simulation 1,000 times, there's probably 5 times out of that some type of nuclear war or some type of like some type of black swan event. If you ran the simulation 1,000 times, right, which would be a 0.5% chance of the NFT market not having, not because if the world carries on and there's no World War III, there's no nuclear war, there's none of that. If then the NFT bull market, again, that should hit. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Again, outside of that black swan event. So if you take away the black swan event, then there's no reason why it shouldn't run. But is there a greater than 0% chance? Yeah, there is. But odds are pretty good that the NFT bull market will happen again. So again, just my opinion. VeVe Vet says, "Yo, what up? What up, VeVe Vet? How's it going?" Omar, Omar reposted the stream. He's such a bae. He's my man. VeVe. They got stuff going on. Okay, let's continue on here. We have Crypto Czar David Sachs says crypto bill is very close, which is bullish. David Sachs says crypto. Yep, I just read that. Oh, Shiro Nico saying midnight coffee, Photoshop, plotting my next masterpiece, and maybe world domination. Pixel perfection. Cat dev mode. God, I love them. Another $250 million hairs of USDC was minted. Whales be buying this dip. Fed said they will be doing 2 rate cuts in 2025. I'd say Q3, Q4. Obviously, it's not happening in Q2 because it's done now, or it'll be done in a couple days. Happy Q3 in a few days. We'll see. Fed has announced no rate cuts for this month, probably not next month either. Bitches. Rates unchanged. It is very stupid. Jerome Powell is 100% just playing politics. None of what he does is backed by any particular data. He's just going to be seen as history will not be kind to him. Fed Chair Powell said economy is still in a solid position. Of course it is. Treasury Secretary Bessent says that crypto is not a threat to the dollar. In fact, stablecoins can reinforce dollar supremacy. They have been ignored by national governments for too long. Preach, girl, preach. U.S. Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent said that crypto is the most important phenomena happening in the world. I repeat, the U.S. Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent said that crypto is the most important phenomena happening in the entire world. Love that man. Bill Garr says, what up, legends? This is where legends are made. My man. Jennifer Christina says, Shiro, to the moon. Now, Shiro's great. Wait, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Shiro to the moon. Yep, Trump says the economy is in a solid position. Coinbase to allow USDC stablecoin to be used as collateral. Oh, my man. That would have been great to know a couple days ago when I had so much. Thank you for everyone reposting this. Space Penguin giving me those hearts. I'll give some hearts to the Space Penguin crew because they're awesome, and I can't wait for everyone to see their comic because theirs was a lot of fun to. That was a lot of fun to write. Posts, community, still do too much. Oh my goodness. Reposting. Okay, good. FOMC, long story short, the Fed won't cut rates because they're expecting high inflation due to tariffs. Bitches. In company months. Plus, they see strong economy and labor market, which is another reason to not cut rates. They're still bitches. 2 rate cuts in 2025. They're going to be late Q3 and sometime in Q4. Ash Crypto Real says, hold your bags and wait. Trump said a deal between Iran and Israel could still happen. Doubt. Bitcoin Core commits have hit a 10-year low. Went over the David stuff yesterday. Ohio House bill passes to exempt Bitcoin payments under $200 from taxes. They should make it under 10K, not 200. But that's just me. Smart Buy said, what's up, Smart Buy? Donald Trump says he believes digital asset is the future. Is 100% true. Not gonna lie, I agree with him 100%. Oh, water's so good. Send it like that. Had a very busy day yesterday. 28 years later, debuts with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That was wild. Also, Definity is just getting that bread. They are getting that bread. I don't think they were working today due to Juneteenth, but they are getting that bread. They pay artists royalties, so they require more fees to process, supposedly. Like, okay, got a link or a screenshot of where I can see them say 30%, because that's diabolical to do to their audience. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Okay, sorry. Posting. Okay, posted. Clever Jerk says digital purchases June 18, 2025, and this man just has all of the Jeff the Land Shark stuff. I love Jeff the Land Shark. I love Clever Jerk. He's the man. Says, bruh, first appearance digital assets. Who have we? Who have we have? I hope DBZ anime Pokemon. I hope so too. That is. You can't see it, but I have a Pokeball here. Can you see the? You see a little bit of the Royal Saiyan crest there. See, part of me hopes we don't have Pokemon because I will spend a lot of money. I will FOMO into Pokemon so hard. I know I will not be able to control myself. And I will pay thousands upon thousands of dollars for, and they're all going to be first appearances, right? If we get Pokemon, first appearance Caterpie, gonna be wild. And there's even with Pikachu, there are 1,000 editions of Pikachu that they could do that could all be first appearance because VeVe likes to play fast and loose with them. Okay, all right, sorry, keep going. What we got here? President Trump says Senate passed an incredible bill that is going to make America the undisputed leader in digital assets. Nobody will do it better. Pure genius. Pure genius. Charizard is going to be, bro, if they, that would be one of the big ones. Unless they give like trophy stuff, it would be one of the, Charizard would probably be the biggest. I mean, unless there's like a super limited edition Red Pikachu that they could do, that would probably be one of the biggest. Probably. Sorry. So that if they just do Pokemon like high-end 3D digital collectibles, and they don't do cards, which I hope they don't, I would say, and let's say if they were like one of ones, right, or like one of 50s, like Red's Pikachu or just some type of Pikachu that, but like they're gonna have a Pikachu that's gonna be like, if they were to have it, I don't know, 25,000 of them. It'd be a lot. I mean, the starters: Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and then I mean they could do, God, hundreds of millions. I think that, but if we just go in the first gen, right? Pikachu, like a rare Pikachu, a rare Charizard, a rare Mewtwo. Those are probably the three, and maybe a rare Mewtwo. I would still put Mewtwo over Mew. Those would probably be the ones that would go nuts. Like even like the legendary birds. Like, okay, I love Moltres. Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos. They're not going to hold. Like they're cool. They're awesome. People could kind of encounter them in the games, but they're not going to do as well as the other three. Mewtwo is just such a boss. A Charizard was like everyone's favorite, and Pikachu is just so special. You got more. Pikachu has more lines, more character development, more screen time than almost anyone else. Sorry, I have a understand that. I love you. Sorry, I gotta say something to a friendo. Meow 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 meow. I just want to love. Okay. Dragonite, Arcanine would be other ones that would go pretty hard, but nah. Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo would probably be the three. If they have like super scarce ones, that would go crazy. But even from that, I would say, well, because then it depends. If they all had like 50 editions each, Charizard, Mewtwo, Pikachu, right? But if they were one of ones or like one of three, then it just depends who's the bigger fan. Like which fans have more money, or who's the biggest mega fan that has the most money. If you have 6 mega fans, right? Or let's just say like three, like 6 mega fans, you know, and 2 of them are for Pikachu, one's for Charizard, but 3 of them are for Mewtwo. Well, the 2 Pikachu ones, they'll fight it out to a certain amount. The Charizard one will just get it. But the 3 Mewtwo fans would just, oh god, they'd bid it up to oblivion. So yeah, it'd be nuts. Golden moment. Mewtwo Charizard. Sorry, Mewtwo Charizard Mew. Yeah. Then you have the legendary birds. Then you got Yeah. Then you have the starters, Blastoise and Venusaur. And I don't know, like the evolutions are really popular. But I feel like girls, like Ariana Grande has an Eevee tattoo, right? There's somebody else I knew that had an Eevee tattoo. Actually, there was a girl I dated that Eevee was her favorite Pokemon. Actually, there was another girl I dated that Umbreon was her favorite Pokemon. Like a lot of the girls I date, their favorite Pokemon are like Eevee or one of the Eeveelutions. Yeah, miss them. So yeah, the Eeveelutions, I think they're not to be slept on. Ash's original team. So skip Pidgey, go right to Pidgeotto, right? And then obviously a Pidgeot. You know, we only get to see Pidgeot for a little while. The Pikachu, Pidgeot, the Caterpie line. Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, and Butterfree especially because it rips your heart out. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't watch Pokemon to feel things. You kind of have Ash's Snorlax in there as well. Obviously, you have Charmander, Bulbasaur. So his team there's pretty good. But again, Charmander evolves to Charizard. Then you have Squirtle and the Squirtle Squad sunglasses. You could have like the normal Squirtles, but the Squirtle Squad sunglasses on Ash's Squirtle, so perfect. So perfect. Yeah, and Ash's Snorlax, you're right. Dragonite, you're right. Meowth, Team Rocket, yep. Ash's Gengar doesn't really come till later seasons though. Gengar in general is really popular. I guess the whole Sabrina thing where they had that one arc where Ash just gets his ass handed to him. And then he goes in and he gets a Haunter, and that's how he beats, that's cool. But yeah, Psychic Pokemon were just so OP in Gen 1. You couldn't beat them. Like, granted, I destroyed Sabrina with my Beedrill. Bro, Agility and Twin Needle. No, Psychic Pokemon do not stand a chance with a high-level Beedrill that knows Agility and Twin Needle. They just don't. They don't stand a chance. Okay. But yeah, Team Rocket, then you have Ekans and Arbok and Coffin and Weezing. And then obviously Meowth. And dude, Giovanni's Persian. Giovanni's Persian. Such a great card, such a great Pokemon. But yeah, Arcanine. Arcanine's the other also legendary Pokemon. The original legendary dog. Or so if VeVe dies, Pokemon the first collectible should be Charizard. I think if you mean if VeVe does Pokemon the first you can't just drop that fire right away. You gotta. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, I know you're so cute. Sorry, saying hi to my puppy. VeVe dies. The first collectible should be Charizard. If VeVe does Pokemon, I think it. See, you'd want to start off with like the starters, right? Because that's what it's meant to, the starters. But they're so popular. I think they should be. There's so many ways you can go about it. You could do it as if you would start off your journey. You could start off with the starters, and again, this is just one way, right? You could have Pikachu and Eevee, then you have Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and there's probably going to be a bunch of memes with Squirtle and James Bond because the 007. Oh, sorry, my back hurts. And then what do you see on Route 1? You see Pidgey and Rattata. I like Rattata. Raticate, I think, is very, very underutilized because you teach him Super Fang. Well, he didn't know Super Fang in the original one, but Hyper Fang, Body Slam, Quick Attack, like You did some damage. And if you chose Bulbasaur, and your mate, your rival chose obviously Charmander, you can teach Rattata Water Gun and Bubble Beam. And you'll get a Gyarados at some point. You know, you don't need that, but yeah. So you start off with the first drop. Okay, Rattata, Pidgey, and then you can get Nidoran, both male and female, and then I guess Sparrow over in when you're on your way to the Pokemon League. But then when you get to Viridian, like right before Viridian Forest, I think you still get just the Pidgey and Rattata. But in Viridian Forest, Caterpie, Metapod, Weedle, Kakuna. And then if it's like a yellow version, you can get Pikachu, but you could also get Pidgeotto. And then it kind of stays that way up until you get to really towards Mount Moon. On that route, I think you can get more Spirit. I think you can get a Jigglypuff there. And then Mount Moon, you get a bunch of Zubat. You obviously you get Geodude, you get Clefairy, you can get Paris in there as well. And this might be, you know, the ways that you can get them on VeVe. I think that would be cool. But then how do you evolve them? You know, like I don't know, because like you don't see wild Pidgeot. You can see wild Pidgeotto. You okay, Ralphie? What are you doing? There's a lot of ways they could do it. Or they could start off with like in the Pokedex. Okay. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. Next drop. Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Next drop. Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. Next drop. Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree. Next drop. Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. And you can keep going like that, you know, for the 151, right? They could start off with baby Pokemon. Do Magby, Pikachu, Elekid, Cleffa, Happiny. They do a lot of baby Pokemon, right? Bruh, 50 edition Charizard hit a million mark on day. I don't think it would do on day one, but yeah, it could do numbers. It could definitely do numbers. Oh, pink Butterfree. Preach. Yeah. They could have shinies. Well, Lugia is not in the original 150, but yeah, you can get Lugia and Ho-Oh. Lugia is obviously it's in the show more. It's in the movies. Like Ho-Oh, they just completely forgot about Ho-Oh, right? And then the legendary beast, bro. Entei. I don't know how you pronounce it. Suicune is cool. Raikou is cool. But Entei just in the movie, he fights Charizard like, I can do this as long as that's what she wishes, dude. If that is what you wish, dude, it's so good. Oh my god, the legendary beasts, legendary dogs are so cool. Yeah, I would go hard on Entei. And Tyranitar is really awesome. So in Gen 2, like Totodile's the winner, right, Ralphie? You black Totodile. Yes, you are. How do you do team play? He's black. A little black puck. Yeah, Totodile, Croconaw for Alligator, but let me just show you something. My inner child for Alligator meme. I knew it. Me buying cool stuff I would have liked as a kid. My inner kid being happy. Bro, if that ain't me buying cool stuff I would have liked as a kid and my inner kid being happy, that is 100% me. Yeah. Obviously the small ones, Totodile, the medium for Croconaw's not there, and then for Alligator, that by far my favorite of Gen 2. And then obviously Cyndaquil's adorable. Quilava's cool. Typhlosion is dope. The grass starter in Gen 2, Chikorita's cute. Bayleaf is awesome. And Meganium's cool, but yeah, just the grass starter was just not good. There wasn't a lot of good fights for the grass starter to shine. There wasn't. The first gym was a flying gym, super effective against you. Second gym was a bug gym, super effective against you. The third gym had Whitney. Whitney would just destroy everyone, right? And then the fourth gym, bro, like Morty, hard when you're a Meganium, right? So you really don't get a decent like fight, like gym battle until till you get to Jasmine, and it's even then it's still hard. And then you have Chuck, because Jasmine is steel, right? So then you have Chuck, which has a Polywar or a Poliwrath. And yeah, you can be super effective against Chuck's Poliwrath, but you have to go like 6 gyms to get like one decent matchup. And then you have at Price, right? The Ice Gym, super effective against yourself. And then you have Dragon Gym. So out of the entire 8 gyms that you have there is one Pokemon that you're super effective against as a Meganium. And then like in the Elite Four, Will is an Ice type, super effective against Meganium. Koga, who's now in the Elite Four, Bug Pokemon, super effective against Grass, right? So until you get to Bruno, where you have 2 Onyx that you can fight, there's not okay. Then what else do we have? We have Karen after that, who Umbreon neutral damage. Trying to think, Murkrow's a flying type, and then she has what's that fire dog? I forget his name. I forget the fire. I don't know why. I freaking love him. Fire dog Gen 2. I said Gen 2. Oh yeah, Houndoom. She has an evolved Houndour. It's Houndoom, who's a dark fire, super effective. And then a Vileplume neutral. So there's not really anything that's good against Karen either, and she's super effective to some of your Pokemon. And then you have Lamp, who has Charizard, fire type, super effective. Aerodactyl, flying type, super effective. Gyarados, neutral. And then Dragonite that has freaking Blizzard. So yeah, Meganium is just horrible in Gen 2. Now, granted, if Meganium would have been in Gen 1, it'd be great. And then Venusaur, would have a hard time in Gen 2. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, I don't picture for Gen 2. Not all of the starters will do well. Because Meganium just not a lot of love there. Lugia would be awesome in Gen 2. Smart by Crystal Onyx. Yeah, bro, Crystal Onyx would be great. Even like the discount Crystal Onyxes. Remember when like Marill and then like Venonat tried to find it and it like kind of wasn't anything. That was a fun episode. I really liked that episode. Watch that again. That was cool. Let's take a look and see how crypto's doing, because it's been haven't done that in a while. Everything's pretty flat today. Brown was great. Resurrected. Oh yeah, a Stone Ash, Resurrected Ash. Yeah, then you have the trainers and gym leaders. Giovanni, Ash, Misty, Brock, Sabrina. Okay, you were forgetting Lieutenant Surge. You were forgetting Blaine. Love him. All right, so let's go in order. Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Erica. Erica, love her. Oh my God. First off, beautiful, beautiful. Second off, she's so kind. Erica's kindness. And then 5th, well, you could see, this is where you could do a lot. Like you can do Sabrina 5th. You could do Koga 6th. You could do then Blaine 7th, and then Giovanni 8th. Collectible. So yeah, Team Rocket could be collectibles. Bro, there could be, no joke, 500 collectibles just in Gen 1. You have the OG 150, then Mew, maybe Togepi if you really want to get crazy with it. Then you have the 8 gym leaders. Then you have that one dude in every gym says, yo, champ in making. Then you have Team Rocket, you have Jesse, James. You could even have Butch and Cassidy in there as well. You could have, oh, sorry, my back hurts. There was this one kid that, remember, he wanted like 100 victories, and then he would go off and collect badges. You have the actual badges, the Boulder badge, the Cascade badge, the Lightning badge, the Rainbow badge. the Psychic badge, which would be the Marsh badge from Sabrina, the Heart or Poison badge from Koga, and have the Fire badge from Blaine, and the Earth badge from Giovanni. So you have the badges as well. There's other special badges that Gary has. I don't know how he gets 10 badges, but then you have that gym, which I guess could be its own badge. That's right next to Sabrina's, right? Or he has the Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Then you have your rival. Then you have Green, which is completely left out of the games. You have Professor Oak. You have the Pokedex. You have Blue's sister. You have your mom. You have Delia. And then if you really want, you could do Professor Ivy. And then, like I said, the Elite Four. So you'd have Lorelai, you'd have Bruno, you'd have Agatha, and then Lance. And then obviously you could have Oak and Agatha, if you have them together, maybe they do something special because they had a thing back in the day. Then you have the Pokeball. So you have the OG Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball. You could even have like Wild Grass as a collectible. So there's the Wild Grass, there's like the semi-cut Wild Grass, and then there's no Wild Grass. Because you could use cut. You could have the tree. You could have your computer. You could have a coin case, from the Rocket Game Corner. You have the first, it wasn't a breeding center, but it was the first Pokemon daycare. You have the bike. You have the guy that gives you the bike. You have Bill and his computer freaking thing. You have the SSN. You have the ticket for the SSN. I mean, we can go all day. We can go Item Finder. We can go Silph Code. We can go Pokédoll. We can do like the TMs. I could go all day with this shit, right? Again, this is just first generation. There's Waifu and Kanto, Galar, etc. There. Oh, bro. Kanto itself could have 100 dioramas. Just in Pallet Town, you have your house, you have your room, you have your room with your mom, you have Gary's house or your rival's house, you have Professor Oak's place, you have that one guy that's in every game that is just like technology is so amazing. You have the water down there to Cinnabar Island, what's on the sea. You have the little grass that's on there. You have the unbreakable things that keep Pallet Town in there. Again, the SS and diorama would be great. The diorama, endless, right? Marble, start with starters. Too many of them. Enable crafting to evolve them in future drops. Maybe. All right, if you're gonna go with Darkrai, like we're going, dude. Mew, not Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. It was, The Rise of Darkrai was such a good movie. I learned how to play that on violin. That is, oh god, that song. Like I know Lugia's song with life. So do y'all remember when Herman Cain quoted Pokemon? Let me bring that up for you. Let me bring that. Let's go to YouTube. Herman Cain poet. First thing that came up.
It's clear from the discussion tonight that America needs a leader and a uniter. I represent growth. All of the issues that.
Oh God, no. They're doing the music. I can't do the music. Can I do it without music, please?
I represent growth. All of the issues that we talk about, if we don't get this economic engine moving by putting fuel in the engine, all of the rest of it won't matter. A poet once said, life can be a challenge, life can seem impossible, but it's never easy when there's so much on the line. We have a lot on the line. Send Washington a message.
That was great. So if you're confused, be like, that's not Pokemon. I thought Pokemon was I want to be the very best. In Pokemon the movie 2000, the story is that Ash is the chosen one, and he has to go collect these 3 balls, for lack of a better word, bring them back to the island. And then Melody plays the song. It's called Lugia's song. And says, and at the end, so it's instrumental. It's played on like a, I don't even know what to call it. Not a harmonica. What's that thing that Link plays? Oh God. I'm going to fudge myself here. Instrument in Pokemon 2000. So Piccolo, Ocarina. That's why I thought Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Okay. So it's played on an ocarina, and it goes. It's really beautiful. But at the end of the movie, they play it again, and there's lyrics to it. And it's Donna Summer. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Love her so much. And she says, life can, and she sings it. I'm not going to sing it. It says, life can be a challenge. Life can seem impossible when so much is on the line. But you can make a difference. You can set things right. It's never easy. And again, if I sing it, I would know it. So that's like ingrained in like a lot of Pokemon people's. And again, this was from the movie 2000. So in like 2012, when Herman Cain's like, life can be a challenge. And I think it was 2012, right? Yeah, it's 2012. Every single person in the world was, oh, shoot. Every single person in the world, at least for Pokemon, they were like, did he just quote Pokemon? I was like, he's got my vote. He's got my vote. He didn't get the nomination, but if he did, would have had my vote. Yeah, so that again, going by Darkrai, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Arceus, Rayquaza. Arceus, I think, is like kind of overhyped. Great, obviously, but the god of all Pokemon. Rayquaza and Deoxys. Aside from maybe like Tom and Jerry and Sylvester and Tweety Bird, Rayquaza and Deoxys had the most passionate, hateful, on-site relationship I've ever seen. Again, I have to go way back to Sylvester and Tweety, to Tom and Jerry. As soon as Deoxys entered the airspace, Rayquaza just go. It was on. There was no words. It was on site with those two. It was the most beautiful thing. Oh my god! Anyway, Dialga, Palkia again with Darkrai would be great. And I guess that they'd be also great. Dialga, Palkia with Giratina. Then you have Zekrom, Reshiram. You have Giratina there. Latios. They're cool. Yeah, Latios and Latias would be really great. If you had Ash and Latias, I could picture people putting them in really funny positions. Kyogre, Groudon, yeah, you have a lot of those, and then you have the pseudo legendaries for a lot of those as well. I feel like I'm really nerding out here. I'm so sorry. Y'all fly in Star Wars ships. I'll fly in Balloon. I forgot about the Team Rocket balloon. Oh yeah. Oh dude, Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny. All of Brock, all the people that love Brock. You have the beauties over there. You have the swimmers. You have the, oh god, my back. You have the girl Lyra from the Ponyta thing. You have Damien, the douchebag that left Charmander over there. You have the other guy. I think his name might have been Damien too. That has the Dotrio. So you have a lot of trainers. You have a lot of people in there. Dude, you have the surfing Pikachu. You have that dude that had a. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my back hurts. You have that dude with the blind Pikachu, and they surf together. That was cool. Okay, let's say Omi starts running. What price point do you see it having a hard time? I mean, we haven't seen above 0007 in quite a while, so that. And then I would say after that, I would say 001. You know, it's like a 5x from here, right? So I would say those two might be hard. I told you I'll smash that like button, right? Yeah. Oh god, hiccups. So like I said, those two might be hard. We X out of you, X out of Hyang. Oh god, there's so much stuff to X out of. That would be my prediction. Those would be hard. And then I guess each 002, 003, they all might be a little hard. Give me fair evaluation Definity right now. All right. I'll give you a range. Okay. But 40, okay. Okay. 80, $100 million. I'd say 80 to $100 million. And then, yeah, and right now, $5 million market cap. Yeah. So that would be it. Well, I mean, for the company, it should be that, and the token should be a multiple of that. But again, that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. All right, let's get back to some of the news here because we're still on yesterday. Trump says we're going to show the world how to win with digital assets like never before. Love it. Trump urges House to pass the Genius stablecoin bill. Get it on my desk ASAP. Something I didn't think I would see. Trump is very bullish on crypto, saying the Senate just passed an incredible bill that is going to make America the undisputed digital leader in digital assets. I'm sorry, leader in digital assets. Nobody will do it better. It's pure genius. Digital assets are the future, and our nation is going to own it. We're talking about massive investment and big innovation. The House will hopefully move lightning fast and pass a clean Genius Act. Get it to my desk ASAP. No delays, no add-ons. This is American brilliance at its best. We're going to show the world how to win with digital assets like never before. Makes me bullish AF. Oh yeah, I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday. I tried to buy a little Earth 2 Essence yesterday, and the liquidity pool is all jacked up. I will show you. Hang on. Let's go to Essence here on the Gecko terminal. Actually, up 5% on the day. Liquidity, 117K in value. So you would think, like, okay, figure like 58, 59K in each, right? You would be wrong. It is $92,000 worth of Essence and only 24,000 worth of ETH. That is a major imbalance. And I do not like that. You can only cash out 20K. That is wild. So yeah, major imbalance. Do not like that. The liquidity is not even locked either. That is worrisome. Not gonna lie. I think that if they can survive until the metaverse narrative takes off, which I 100% think they will, then I would say the inequality in their liquidity pool won't matter, because then people will there's just going to be so many people buying the Essence token. Yeah, like I said, not going to matter. Any thoughts on Lakers selling majority stake for $10 billion? Well, there's tons of money being thrown around. I didn't know. I'm not really a sports guy, so I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it, but good for them. Good for the owner, making that money, making that cheddar. Total altcoin market cap has been consolidating for 4 years, says Ash Crypto Real, within a bullish ascending triangle. Is this the final shakeout before a massive altcoin breakout? He says that like every day. Ugh, my back hurts. BlackRock, Fidelity, and Bitwise just bought $395 million worth of Bitcoin. Whales are buying the dip. You have Maurice Kating saying that his first purchase on Stacker World paid with a Comey was the Mandalorian, secret rare, was a $250,000 OMI, is about $48, and good for him. And that burned 30,000 OMI. Have you heard of it? I have not heard from the team. I have not heard from the. Oh my God, I'm trying to. Am I tripping here? Okay, Bumper Finance. Okay. They haven't. Ralphie, there's likely nothing out there, Ralphie. I hope. Yeah, Bumper. The last time they posted was in March 5th, and that's it. Yeah. But yeah, I offered them, I think, in March, like, hey, how do we save your company? What do you need? I'll get you the money. And they're like, no, we're good. So they were apparently good. Let me take a look at Ralphie, nobody appreciates your parking, Ralphie. Let me take a look at their, I don't even think I see it on Gecko Terminal. Because I'm trying to look at Bump, but it's not showing me anything. Let me take a look to see if on their Telegram. I just need their contract address. If I could find it, more blog team, bruh. Token. All right, Uniswap, Ethereum. Can I just get your contract address, please? I feel like this should not be hard to. Okay, there we go. I am going to. Yeah. Okay, we're on Etherscan, and we are waiting for Etherscan to. Okay, copy the contract address. Going to put it into Gecko Terminal, and it is Bump. They have a $418,000 market cap. They have 0 volume on the day, and there's $5,000 in liquidity. I will repeat. There is $0 in volume on the day. There was $8 in volume yesterday, and there was under $160 in volume the day before. So again, $418,000 market cap with $5,000 in liquidity. The liquidity clearly was not locked. I think somebody had said the other day, or it was like a couple months ago, I was like, I'm buying more Bumper. And I said, wish you wouldn't. This is what that reminds me of. There's been no contact from the team. There's been no, again, there's nothing on socials. There's nothing that would make me want to invest right now. It's possible, again, this is the token. It's very possible that Ralphie, there is nobody out there. If there is, let him come in and let him, and then we'll put a bunch of holes in him, Ralphie. You can pee in him. You can, yeah, there you go. Good, lay down, buddy. There's nothing that would make me want to invest in him right now. Again, there's $5,000 in liquidity. 2,500 in Bumper, 2,500 in USDC. Yeah. Now, again, this is the token. It's possible that the company has several more months left before they close up. If that was the case, I would love to buy into their company. But right now, again, I just don't see. There's nothing here that would make me want to invest anything. And that's why I said a couple months ago, I think it was Bill Gardner's like, I'm going to get more Bump. And I said, I wish you wouldn't. Because when I said that then, goes triple for me right now. If they were to reach out and be like, and they said, hey, Randy, we have 2 months left of run rate before we're done. Can you raise some money for us? I would take a large chunk of their company and I would say, yes, I can. And we would get them in front of a bunch of people. The first priority would be the company, and the token we would focus on at some point. But the first priority would be the company, and say like, okay, we're going to introduce you to the right people. We're going to introduce you to X, Y, and Z. I'd get them hopefully hooked up with Devi as well. But they wouldn't really help right now because their exchange isn't live yet. And again, I would have to see what they've done previously, because they didn't just let this happen. Like, they've probably been trying to do a lot for a while, and the exchanges probably just haven't been listening yet. But I think we could. I think it's very possible we could get them in front of people, at least get them the meeting. And if they, they knock it out of the park, great. It's no big deal. Yeah, that's. What I hope is that right now they're like this fat 50-year-old out of shape person, and I hope that it takes 6 months and they just grind and eat nothing but like steak and eggs and protein shakes and broccoli and little brown rice, and they just come back 6 months later like this ripped machine. I hope they're just playing dead and they're doing good things. Again, if they are, there's absolutely no sign of that. It's possible they do that, behind the scenes. And could you imagine having bumper as an option on the DEVVE exchange? I could imagine having that. They're one of the people I would have them talk to, but again, it wouldn't help them right now. It would help them down the line when DEVVE launches. Anyway, moving on. Gary O at 1234683 on X. So I don't really pay attention to golden moments, and I was shocked to see R2D2 under $100. I remember these selling all day for 6 to 10K at one point. Here's some screenshots from the glory days, and damn, 4,500. Yeah, I could picture these doing pretty well again in the future. President Trump says Jerome Powell is a real dummy who's costing America billions, hundreds of billions, I would say. Says Powell should cut rates or quit. Agreed. Agreed. We had a whole ass Definity thing I was going to read today. Completely forgot. Yesterday or early this morning, Watcher Guru says just in Elon Musk's X to launch in-app investing and trading. Definity Market says interesting to see X steeping deeper into financial services. Social platforms are becoming super apps. The question is, who will be the Western WeChat? A couple of messages in one group chat today I thought was funny. One guy said, my girlfriend found me sleeping on the couch with my phone on my chest, listening to Randy Chavez. It's getting worse every year. Somebody else said, relatable. Randy has been in my bed multiple times. And then I posted on Facebook. What did I post? If I had $1 for every time a woman came up to me and said, my husband or boyfriend listens to you in bed, I'd have like $20. Is that a lot of money? No. But it's weird that it's happened this many times. People are awesome. I think people are great. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. It's been 2 hours. I got to get back to writing these comics. And again, shout out to Heinecoin for being the most recent community to strike a deal with me. And Nike the Pig, Diddy Joints, and then Heinecoin. These next 2 months, we're going to get those comics written. And then after that, I assume before then we'll get more people as well. Anyway, guys, that's it. Comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say book live dashy downstairs. I love you. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Mr. Oh my God. Hey, I was just talking about you. All good thing. I mentioned you at the beginning. I mentioned now 2 hours in at the end. And I'm going to get to work on some of these comics so then I can get to work on yours. Bye, guys. I'll do it tomorrow, because I've already gone 2 hours tonight, and I have, and tomorrow I'll be holding you tight. Oh, I'm busy tomorrow too. Oh, I got a lot of stuff. Thank you. Oh, dude, same. Tomorrow I'll be holding you tight, and there's no